What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and it's about that time again. You're gonna have to do this today. It's a market crash that's coming that's gonna be really nasty. Okay, listen, this is what's happened, right? The Redux cards have been leaked, all right? So 86 overall cards, limiteds, whatever you have in your binder right now, you have to be very careful. But before we get to that, I want to talk about the fact that EA Sports has actually done something good. I know, it's crazy, right? The captains this year are really, really good. This is what I'm going to suggest, right? Because this is also going to affect a lot of the prices in the game. Talib can be up to a 90 speed right now. So expect to see him on a lot of those +3 speed teams because of the fact he can do that. I also want to point out that Greg Olsen can be 86 speed, which kind of offsets Brock Bowers because he can also max out at 86 speed with the +3 speed. But that's strictly for, anybody that wants a 6'3 guy. This guy is 6'5. So that's another thing about the team captains that you guys got to be aware of, all right? They're actually good. The other four, I don't really care for, but Michael Crabtree also gets decent speed if you're looking for that. But I want to make sure that I point out the players that you're going to see a lot of. Now, if you're worried about the team captain tokens and stuff like that, this is the way you're going to get it. It's about 3 left. I got a few of them earlier. So they're going to, continuously drop different objectives for you to be able to get team captains periodically throughout the year. This season 1, though, they're actually really good. So for those of you guys that are looking to get rid of certain cards and replace them with the team captain, if you have a corner, let's say for instance Charles Woodson and you want to sell Charles Woodson, he can be 90 speed now with all the tokens that are available right now. So Aqib Talib can take over for that speed-wise and just probably do the same thing because most of the cards play the same anyway. Now, let's take a look at what's going to be happening once the Redux drop. Now, if you don't know what a Redux is going to be, so let's say for instance that Brock Bowers, right? A Redux is going to be exactly like his card, but obviously I told you 86s, so we're not talking about his card. It would, if he was a limited, it would be the same exact card, but it wouldn't quick sell for 350k. It'll just be a regular card, right? That's what Redux is. It gives you the opportunity to get limiteds. The reason I'm showing you him is like I want to double down on it for you guys, let you understand. If you haven't already sold him, you've probably already lost 2 million coins. When I sold him at 3.1, I told you guys I sold him at 3.1. I'm not telling you to sell him. I'm just saying I sold him at 3.1 and I made it be known to everyone. Because I knew at some point, because of his height and the fact that there are going to be a lot of taller tight ends coming out that, have decent speed, it didn't make any sense. Similar with Nick Bosa. Yes, he gets all 32 team chems, but he's extremely slow. Yeah, you could put him at D tackle, but do you really want to spend 1 million coins on a D tackle? It all depends, because some of you guys are spending for Jalen Carter over 1.5, 1.6. We'll get to him in a second, but take a look at those cards and kind of figure what you want to do, because once the Redux drops, you're done. And it's probably going to be dropping tomorrow or Thursday, so I would just be very careful with that. As far as that goes, just take a look at it. All right, look at your squad. Make sure you're making the right moves right now, because by the time they drop something that you really want, you ain't gonna have nothing, bro. I've already lost total like 3 million coins so far this year. At least 3 million. I don't want you guys losing it also. Now, this is the big thing, and I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for me to go into this for this video. The actual crystal player situation, how it's gonna work. Are they gonna make them Redux? I don't think this will be part of the Redux. But even if it is, it won't matter. And I'm going to tell you why. This is always going to add speed to your squad. So no matter what happens, whatever you paid for it, however it happened, it's still going to have value. So it really doesn't matter that they're going to Redux it, because the Redux is still going to be very rare. If you guys look over the past Maddens when they've done Redux, it's always been very rare. The cards don't just pop up because they're in packs. It gives you the opportunity to always have a chance to pull it, but it's EA Sports. Is it going to be in the pack? Probably not. So I would watch that. Another one that I warned you guys about, I think last week, was Christian Gonzalez. Now, the main thing about these cards is that they only, this guy only played for one team. So if you don't have a Pat's theme team and the whole rave of everything is +3 speed, you're not getting what you should be out of out of your player. because the players are not full. The days of the players being like really OP and you just buy them are over. That's it. It's done. So I told you that this would happen simply because of my experience. And like I said, I'm telling you stuff and then I'm I'm second guessing myself and losing millions of coins too. I don't want you guys to lose what I'm losing. All right. So if you have a card and that card played for one team, you have to be careful with it. You got to be very careful. And especially because that guy's a limited. Once he starts popping up as a regular card, that value is gone. All right. A lot of the things that you have in your binder right now are very questionable. Now, we're going to talk about a few things. Tyrann Mathieu and Quentin Nelson right here, right? So I've already told you guys, based on the way that the game plays, I'm not sure how offensive linemen contribute based on their attributes. I don't know. Sometimes they block, sometimes they don't. There's no consistency. Just remember that EA Sports has made it clear it's a 50-50 system. So even if your player is good and has abilities, it's a 50% chance that they'll take a play off every play. So you got to understand that didn't even make any sense mathematically. Like 50% chance they'll take a play off every play. Why would I say every if it's 50%? It's crazy. Don't worry about the numbers. It's EA Sports. So you have to know, based on the way a player is playing for you, you could keep him. Like this guy is 5'9". He gets all 32 team chems, but he's 5'9", right? He's going to get redux. He's an 86. Most likely he'll get a redux. He's going to drop to about 500, right? It won't matter that you're not getting the 350 quick sell value with the redux. If you still, want them, you can still get them. And you just save yourself 300K. Now, the major factor is the crystal players or maybe the Jalen Carter, which we'll get to later. But you have to figure out what works. If something works for your squad, don't sell it. It doesn't matter because you've already made from it what you wanted. So who cares? You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't pull him back in a redux, you're going to be done anyway. Now, this guy, selling for this crazy amount when D tackles don't even matter in the game is actually crazy. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. So I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I'm pretty sure with redux, it'll be about $1 million. He'll drop to about $1,900,000 because there's really nothing. He's not doing anything special. Honestly, he doesn't do anything in the game. He's not like how he is in real life. He's not a disruptor because the weight and the different factors of the game are not in Madden 26. So it doesn't matter. All of the other 86s that you can go through, just figure out what you want to take a look at. Now, T.O. and Palomalo have already tanked, right? Sean Taylor has already tanked. So if you haven't, gotten rid of them prior to now, tomorrow they probably will be redux or Wednesday. So it'll be up to you to figure out what you want to do. But at this point, I would focus in on deciding about the crystal players and everything else that's going on with your team. If your players are playing well, don't worry about it. But if you want to take a chance, you can make some coins by getting rid of some of these cards that are probably going to get reduxed. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.